to Secret Dealers. Our 3 antique experts are about to be let loose in 2 homes to compete for the best items. But will our homeowners bear to part with their treasured possessions? Or will big cash offers seal the deal? Coming up on today's show, Tim finds himself in dealer heaven.
There's quite a big bid going down here.
Well, what have you found up here?
Gold, baby.
Alison makes a confession.
I am a fiddler. It is true, I do like a fiddler.
And there's a big stash of cash on offer.
Blimey, that is amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Our first house is in Aberdeenshire. It's a large and rambling property which is bulging with a huge and eclectic variety of items. The house belongs to Jan, who has lived here for 7 years.
We moved in here and thought we would have masses and masses of space. And over the past 7 years, we've kind of filled it.
Buying all these collectibles was a passion she shared with her husband, Neil.
He would collect anything, particularly if it had any kind of mechanical side to it, so that he could take it to pieces and tinker with it.
Sadly, Neil recently passed away, and now Jan feels it's time to move on.
It's now nearly a year since my husband died, very suddenly. And I feel that there's a lot of things that he collected that I can't maintain. And while I don't want to get rid of things that have particular memories, a lot of the things I won't miss.
Neil's mechanical passion is mostly evident in the retro-styled living room, which features a 1980s jukebox and a 1920s slot machine, which has particular significance for Jan.
I bought this for Neil for his birthday last year, so it was the last thing that I actually bought him, and he loved playing with it.
So, what is it that really takes your eye?
Oh, anything that's quirky and different, particularly the retro stuff. We absolutely love that.
What about your late husband? What did he really like?
His thing was the lighters. He absolutely loved those, and that started off with just being given one by a company he worked for.
Well, from that one, it certainly snowballed, didn't it? How many have you got now?
At the last count, somewhere around 4,000.
Well, I think they're certainly going to have a lot of fun in here, Jan, those 3 dealers.
I do hope they are. And let's hope they make some good offers.
This house doesn't just have collectibles, though. I think Jan's jewellery will also attract our dealers, especially as today notorious trinket hunters Alison and Tim are joined by Karen, who likes a sparkle too. Hey, hello.
Hi.
How are you? I'm great. Now, this house I've got for you doesn't look it, but when you get inside, it's quite rambling, and it's full of quirky, kitschy collectibles.
Like now, you, rambling.
Yeah, rambling?
And quirky and kitschy like you.
Now, there is something for all of you, I think, but you're going to have to really rummage and sift through everything to find the best stuff.
Well, we better get started, haven't we?
Let's do it.
Come on in, Alison. We'll head this way.
Interesting.
Look at all that. Do you know there must be a fortune in lighters here?
There's nothing like a closed box to an antique dealer.
Lighters. I'm looking for the gold.
While Tim hunts for treasure and Karen peruses the pottery, Alison is also in the living room looking for a simple switch.
We're in business. Oh, yes.
This is a Rockola jukebox from the 1980s. It does work, but Alison isn't the most technically minded of our dealers. Meanwhile, Karen has found some entertainment of her own. It's the vintage slot machine.
There are buyers for these. I'm going to leave a bid on it. Date-wise, looking at about 1910, looking by the construction, something like that.
Good news for Jan and our first bid. Come on, Alison, give us a tune.
Well, I'm very disappointed.
So am I, Alison. I wanted to see some dancing. In the bedroom, jewellery enthusiast Tim has found his gold.
Right, I'm going to leave a bid on these 2 watches. Omega Gents watch, very nice. Classic name. That's about 1960s, maybe a little bit earlier. And that one, just by the style of it, looks a bit sort of 70s with this bark effect. It's got a little bit of damage there on the strap. It's been repaired there very badly at some time. which really means that it's a scrapper. This one would not be scrapped. There's quite a big bid going down here, and I need to buy this over my dear friend Chapper's.
Where is Miss Chapman? Aha! Taking on another technical challenge. That slot machine, it needs some adjustments, so she'll be lucky to get this working.
You know what a fiddler you are? You just want to get stuck in.
I am a fiddler. It is true, I do like a fiddler. I can make the penny go. I can't make this. What should happen is this little ball bearing should drop down, then you should be able to push that down. It'll go spin, 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 and you win if it goes in any of those.
Don't let that put you off bidding, Alison. I think it's a superb decorative piece as it is. Karen is always willing to take a chance on furniture, and she has discovered these Chinese moon chairs, so called because of their rounded backs.
What I do like is you can see exactly where the wear is, and that's exactly as it should be. And it's just, again, freely vision. It isn't here, but I wish it was. You could just feel how sinuous that is. That is lovely. Right. Let's put a bit on these chairs. Try and cover them up. In there.
Well, the girls are playing it a little bit safe down here. They've had a good look round, but they're being a bit cautious, whereas Tim is firmly ensconced upstairs and methodically making his way through the jewellery. But he's about to be invaded.
Entree.
Room service.
Room service? I didn't order room service.
You'll have a scream. Well, what have you found up here?
Gold, baby. Gold.
Now,
Back downstairs, one of the lighters has aroused Karen's interest.
it's a nice ceramic one, whereas all of these are metal, and it's Minton, so I'll leave a bit on that one.
Minton was a very high-class pottery factory, and this dates from around the 1970s. Now a strange hush has descended on the rooms downstairs, only the murmur of distant voices. Why? Because all of the dealers are crammed in the same small bedroom. Gold to antiques dealers is like honey to the bees, and it's a hive of activity.
Don't mind me, Alison.
That's right, it's always handy to have a long one.
Tim makes a move downstairs, and as the bids mount up, Alison spots the two watches he's bid on.
18 carat watch. So I'm just leaving it be just its gold weight, which is a shame really. It's broken. I've got another gent's watch, an Amiga. That would cost money in its day.
Just like Tim, Alison leaves a bid on each watch separately. Meanwhile, Tim has found the two bids on the slot machine and wants to try his luck too.
Put that in there. And then he broke it. No. Alison will rate this. She'll want to own this. It's the child in her.
Jan will be delighted. That's 3 bids now for that slot machine.
I've seen better days.
Alison's found a gold charm bracelet filled with history.
This is going to be important to whoever owns this. Because there's things like little engagement rings, wedding ring. This will be someone's mother's jewellery or something like that.
Still, it doesn't escape the scales, or a bid from our resident jewellery fanatic. Between Alison and Tim, they've covered the dressing table in bids. In the final seconds, Alison has returned to that jukebox she was so taken with.
It just keeps playing on my mind over and over, so I'm going to leave the punt on it. I rather fancy that.
With that, it's all over.
Alison!
They bid prolifically in Jan's home, but which items are our dealers' must-haves?
I would really like to take home, just because it brings out the child in me, the penny slot machine, because I just thought it was really fantastic.
Do you know, I really like those Chinese chairs. Be nice if I got those.
I think I'd like to go home with the 22 carat gold charm bracelet because that's an unusual thing to find in that level of carat.
We'll find out later if our dealers bag their favourites, but first let's see how much money Jan could be taking away today. In this envelope is the amount that's on the table today.
Ah. Wow, £5,152. That certainly sounds interesting.
What do you think they found?
I really haven't any idea. There are so many things in this house, I'm not sure what there is here.
Well, we're about to find out because it's time to see the bids. First, it's that 18-carat gold ladies' watch, which drew bids from Tim and Alison. This was given to Jan by her late husband as a birthday gift, so these offers had better be strong, stronger than the watch, it seems.
If you wear it a lot, the strap tends to break open because of the design.
Ah, right, so it's not actually that wearable.
It's not. But it's 18-carat gold and there's quite a lot of gold in it.
Well, you're right. There's almost 40 grams of gold in it, apparently,
Is there
according
really?
to the dealers. Yes, and they did notice the damage. We've got 2 bids, Jan.
Really interested in seeing these.
Alison says 780.
Wow. That's very good.
The independent valuation on this watch is between £800 and £1,000.
Gosh, is it really?
Tim says 799.
Well, that's an interesting number. He couldn't have rounded it up to 800.
He's never good at round figures, is Timmy.
Wow, I'm very impressed.
For something you don't wear, Jan.
Exactly.
That's a lot of money, isn't it?
It's a tremendous amount of money.
What are you going to do?
Quite astounded. Oh, I think it's going.
Quite sure?
Quite sure.
We've got a sale.
I am very pleased to have beat my dear friend Chappers by the grand total of £19. She won't hold it against me because there's such a little profit in it that it doesn't really matter.
That naughty Timmy Hogarth outbidding me by £19. That is so close, isn't it? Well, I hope he enjoys the watch.
The other watch that Tim and Alison bid on was the men's 9-carat gold one, and Jan sold that too for £600. She's off to a flying start, selling a box of assorted jewellery to Tim for £320, and following up by offloading some cigarette lighters, a gold-plated DuPont and a Spelter Owl to Alison, and a snakeskin one to Tim, all for £50 each. And the mint and fish went to Karen for £30. Next is that pair of Chinese moon chairs which Karen spotted. They are very elegant with a fair bit of wear, which makes them all the more charming. But can Karen charm Jan with her bid?
Well, there were chairs that were built for the northern Chinese. And because they lived in houses that had hard earth-packed floors, in the winter they were freezing. So you have a bar across the bottom that you can put your feet on and keep them warm.
Yeah, it does make a good footrest.
It's a very good footrest.
How long have you had them?
About 4 years.
Well, under here, I've got a certain something.
Oh,
Because Karen spotted these, and
yes.
she's left you a bid.
Wonderful.
Karen says for the pair, £230.
Wow. That's not bad at all.
The independent valuation on this pair of chairs is between £300 and £500.
Oh. It certainly sounds a good price. I don't think I paid as much as that for them. And they take up a lot of space, so I'd certainly be interested in that, yes.
Have we got a sale?
I think we might have.
Fantastic.
Yay, you got the chairs. I'm really pleased. Love them.
Our dealers had a ball in Jan's bedroom, leaving all of these bids. Next, it's the charm bracelet which Alison found. She suspected that there would be sentimental attachment, and she wasn't wrong.
Well, this has got all sorts of bits and pieces on that have family memories. There's my grandmother's engagement ring.
That's that one there?
Yes.
Right.
And there's my great-grandfather's cufflinks and various things that my husband bought me. There's a lot of sentimentality attached to that one.
How do you feel about selling this?
I would be reluctant to sell it. I really would. unless it was absolutely stupendous amounts of money.
Well, let's have a look. Alison has bid you £550.
Wow. That's a lot more than I thought.
Independent valuation on that is between £500 and £700.
It's nice to know it's worth something.
So, tempted?
Not really. No, I think I'd really like to keep that. You can't replace 34 years with £550, can you?
I'm not surprised, but I am disappointed.
I think anyone could see why Jan would want to keep that bracelet, and she shows a stubborn side on quite a few other things, turning down £45 from Tim for 3 1960s chairs, £55 from Karen for the Ronson table lighter, and Alison missed out on her jukebox for £200. Finally, the early 20th century slot machine that Jan bought for her late husband. With an independent valuation of £100 to £150, Jan has already turned down Alison's bid of £70.
No way.
And Tim and Karen have identical bids of £120, so I've called all of them back in. Alison, you've got a bit of work to do because Tim and Karen have both bid £120. But we don't have a sale, do we, Jan?
No, we don't. I
So-
think it's worth more than that.
Well, I'm going to stick with my bid.
OK.
Well, I'm just going to make a little adjustment.
How easy does it come off the wall?
It just lifts off.
Oh, is it free delivery?
What do you want?
Free delivery.
Well, I'm sure we can sort something out, Tim.
I managed to carry it home, so I don't see
Yeah,
why
I'm on
you
train,
can't.
I'm on train.
Thank you, Karen. Lovely. Thank you, Tim. OK, so Alison's sticking. Tim says 128.
It was a little adjustment, wasn't
I
it?
should say. Karen says 145, please.
Ooh.
I think we might have a sale then.
Thank you very much. Great.
We have a deal.
We do.
I just hope it comes off the wall, otherwise it's going to have to stay here.
Well, they got there in the end, and Jan's taking no nonsense. But she also agreed to part with a few more items, including a set of mailing Ringtonware jugs to Karen for £65, a gold and opal pendant to Tim for £100, and some more mailing ware to Karen for £95. So, after all those sales and a few refusals, just how much cash has Jan made today? So, Jan, what do you think? Sold a bit?
I think we certainly have. It's been very good.
Well, you have made, Jan, £2,614.
Wow. Did it really add up to all that?
Well, actually, it didn't. You've got another £1,000.
Joking.
£3,614.
I'm absolutely amazed. I didn't think there was anything worth that much here.
Oh, they always find a bit.
Wow.
For our next property, we're off to South Yorkshire and a large detached Victorian house bulging at the seams with a huge variety of antiques, including a stunning collection of porcelain. There are many famous names represented here, from Delft to Worcester. The owner of this property is Agnes, and for her, collecting is in the blood.
My mother was very keen on porcelain. She told me her grandmother collected porcelain, and so I think it's in the genes.
Amongst all the porcelain, there are some other fine antiques to be discovered here too, such as this lovely oil painting from around 1900. Agnes has lived here for 20 years, and with 3 grown-up sons and no longer married, she wishes to downsize and move to London. But that will mean having to make some difficult decisions once the secret dealers are let loose with their bids.
These are very important to me. They're a set of 5 little boys playing in a band, and they're Delft figures. I come from a family of Holocaust survivors, and we left Hungary after the war illegally. My parents had to leave everything behind. And in 1953, my father's mother was allowed to leave Hungary, and she brought these 5 figures with her. I think I'd find it very difficult to sell them, and I think if I did, there'd be a clap of thunder and my mother's wrath would come down on my little head.
Agnes, your house has a lovely feel of a really well-established family home. Where have all your antiques come from?
I suppose I've been collecting seriously for 20 years, and I've just mooched around various fairs and I've bought things that I really like.
Why is it you want to sell some of it now?
Well, I'm planning on downsizing, and I don't think I'd be able to take it all with me.
Is there anything that you really don't want to get rid of?
I don't want to get rid of the things that belong to my mother, but obviously there's an awful lot of stuff here. So some things will have to go, and everything has its price. So we shall see.
Well, the dealers will love to hear that potentially it's all for sale. And talking of them, well, they're going to be here any minute, Agnes. So it's time to say goodbye. We'll see you in about an hour.
OK, I'll see you later.
Time to get the dealers in. David Hackney, Simon Schneider and David Ford.
Okay.
Hey, boys. Well, as you can see, I've got a really imposing Victorian house for you. What do you think?
Very lovely. Lovely house.
Well, today is a little bit different. You're not going to need your gold scales. You're not going to need your silver scales.
Oh.
What's the market like for really early English porcelain?
Interesting.
Interesting. Well, there's loads of other stuff as well.
Good.
You better go and have a look.
Can't wait.
Where's going, David? After you.
I'll go in here.
Well, I think I'm going to go upstairs.
See you later.
Good hunting, gentlemen.
Oh, what a lovely panelled room.
Let's have a quick look round and see what we've got. There's always usually something nice in the cabinet.
It's not just porcelain in this house, and in the sitting room, picture lover David Hackney has spotted an attractive oil painting.
Nice old label on the back here. Agnew and Sons. A very, very well established name in London. Very nice picture. Not too big, fit most modern houses. Well, I think we could leave a bid on that straight away.
So in a house full of porcelain, the first bid goes on a painting. Eagle-eyed Simon is an expert at spotting fine pieces tucked away in corners.
I can see something straight away in this cabinet that I would like to buy. It's got a little Royal Dalton, tiny little jug, but very, very Art Deco. Look at the decoration on there. Just put that on that little jug.
Let's have a little go at this.
Back in the dining room, David Ford, who knows a commercial piece when he sees it, is the first to spot Agnes's precious Delft pieces.
There's this little Delft band over here, which isn't all that old by antique standards, but there's something rather charming about it, isn't there? I mean, you've got a cellist and a little mandolin player, and they all seem to be perfect. They're probably made in the, I don't know, it's a bit of a guess, 30s, something like that? Because there's so much early, nice 18th century and early 19th century porcelain, maybe I'm being a bit churlish in not making a bid for those, because they're probably quite saleable, so I will.
That's very sporting of you, David. But with Agnes reluctant to sell, you're going to have to make a strong bid for those. In the hall, David Hackney is on the lookout for smaller, more saleable pieces of furniture, and this Edwardian cake stand is right up his street.
Mahogany with a little bit of inlay in here. That's rather nice. Piece of furniture. Clean, nice condition. Small pieces of furniture are still in vogue. It's the big pieces now. The large pieces of furniture I'm finding very hard work. So the cake stand's a good seller. Just wants a good wax up. So let me put a bid on that one.
I think I'll come and have a look in here now.
Simon spots David's bid on the oil painting and decides to take a closer look himself.
I can see David's left a little bid on this painting. I'll have a look at the back of that. So you've got quite a nice label there. This isn't actually painted on canvas, it's painted on what we call painted on board. So you've got a piece of wood here, a piece of board, and the painting's done directly on that. But it's quite sweet. Suddenly occurred to me that it might not even be old, actually, because I've seen these where they fake them up. I think that is all right. I might just ask Kate what she thinks before I leave a bid on it.
While Simon ponders, David Ford is sniffing out some more fine pieces.
We've got some lovely overlaid Bohemian glass.
And a late 19th century Bohemian centrepiece stops him in his tracks.
Very attractive. Look at this lovely quality gilding, very fine, almost feather-like, absolutely lovely, and the gilt is all in good order, so this hasn't seen a dishwasher. So I got some cards out and we'll start talking about some money, shall we? Love it. Isn't it nice to find a house with all these lovely things in it?
The bids are really starting to fly now, and it's time for me to set the record straight on that painting. Got a good eye, haven't you?
Yeah,
Well, do you know what I think? It's got an old panel.
Yeah.
Lovely bit of oak on the back, but I think they've reused that old panel, and the painting on the other side is actually later.
I wasn't sure. I've seen those sort of reproduction ones as well that they do on panels, so I wasn't certain. So you think that's dead right, in other words?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. I'll put a bit on it.
Have a close look. After joining David Hackney with a bid on the oil painting, Simon turns his attention to the cake stand, which David also bid on.
Good example of a nice quality bit of Edwardian furniture. And that's so clean, you should be able to sell that quite easily.
Looks like we've got some competition between these two. I wonder whose bid is going to be stronger.
Gorgeous colour. Aren't they nice?
Time is running out, and the bids are coming in thick and fast.
Shame it's not a pretty girl, it'd have been a much better seller.
Now Simon is bidding on the centrepiece that David Ford saw earlier.
We do like a bit of competition.
We certainly do, Simon. With such a large house, it's easy for our dealers to miss some of the best items, and painting specialist David Ford still hasn't seen that oil painting the other two have bid on. It's got a very good label on the back.
Oh, good old Agnews.
Agnews.
Good provenance.
Bond Street, London label.
Good provenance. That's what we like.
You better think quickly, David.
I know, but I do like it. So let's be brave and bold and put a bid on it, shall we?
The dealers are all aboard the big picture.
This is what I like.
The Bohemian centrepiece has already got 2 bids on it, and it's now got David Hackney's attention.
This is really on fire at the moment in the trade.
Time's up! And just in the nick of time, that's all 3 dealers bidding on the centrepiece.
I know.
In total, the dealers bid on 38 separate items from Agnes's extensive collection. There's a lot of competition, so which items do they want to take home the most?
My favourite item today is definitely the Bohemian glass. I think it's a really nice example of something I deal in all the time, and I'd really like to own that at the end today.
I love the picture. I think the picture's great, and I'm hoping that I bought it.
Well, I did like the piece of Bohemian glass because it's hot property at the moment. It's really in vogue.
It's time to get Agnes back and reveal how much cash is on the table. In this envelope is the amount of money you can walk away with.
Is it enough to buy a flat in London?
Wait and see.
Gosh, £5,064.
What do you think about that?
Well, I don't know, because I don't know what it's for. If it's for a few small pieces of porcelain, then that's pretty good. But if it's for large pieces of furniture, then it isn't.
That sum of money doesn't make much sense at the moment, does it?
No.
Could be for just a few knickknacks. Could be for half the house.
Exactly, yes.
Should we go and find out?
Why don't we?
First up, it's the Edwardian cake stand, with rival bids from David Hackney and Simon Schneider. Tell me about this pretty little cake stand.
I haven't really had it all that long. I bought it at an antique ceramic fair.
You see lots of circular cake stands, but to have a square one with all those lovely features, you've got satinwood inlay, checkered stringing here, and on the sides, a lovely bit of satinwood veneer there. So, we've got 2 bids here, Agnes.
So it would appear.
A bid here from David Hackney.
Right.
He says, Agnes, £100.
Gosh, that's a bit low.
Is it? Compared with what you paid?
Perhaps I paid too much.
But the independent valuation on this is still only 100 to 150.
Right.
Simon says £120.
No, I paid more than that for it.
How much more?
200.
Paid 200.
But I really, really like it.
So is this a no to Simon?
I'm afraid so.
We have no sale.
I like the cake stand, it was nice. David and I were obviously very close on it, and obviously Agnes prefers to keep it, so can't do much more.
Oh dear, it looks like our dealers are going to have a tough nut to crack with Agnes. Perhaps they can do better with the Bohemian centrepiece, which is the pick of Agnes's items for 2 of our dealers.
My favourite item today is definitely the Bohemian glass. I'd really like to own that at the end today.
It's hot property at the moment. It's really in vogue.
But will they be able to offer enough to budge Agnes? What they don't know is that this is one of her favourite items.
We were on holiday in Cornwall 16, 17 years ago and found this, and I fell in love with it, and it's absolutely exquisite.
Beautiful, beautiful blue. All 3 dealers, Agnes, want this. David Ford is in the middle. Says £125.
I paid more than that.
OK. Are we talking a lot more or just a little bit more?
I paid £185 for it.
OK. Simon says £475.
Blimey. Gosh. What does the independent valuer say?
Between £500 and £700.
Right. Oh, I've gone all of a quiver.
It's quite exciting, isn't it?
Well, yes. Interesting, yes.
David Hackney says £690.
That is amazing. Absolutely amazing. It is terribly, terribly tempting.
But what are you going to do, Agnes?
I think I'm going to keep it.
So even though you thought a minute ago it was worth £180, you want to keep it? So that's a no sale.
You know, if you said to me, right, you're moving tomorrow, you can only take one thing off that shelf, that was what I'd take.
I was sorry she didn't sell it, really. It was a good, strong bid.
Despite a whopping bid from David, it looks like Agnes is really struggling to part with her precious belongings, and she digs her heels in on a few more items as well. Turning down David Ford's bid of £350 on a Georgian oak long case clock, David Hackney's bid of £190 on a Royal Worcester dessert service, and Simon's bid of £110 on a silver and Bristol blue glass sugar sifter. Oh dear, at this rate the secret dealers will be going home empty-handed. Next up, it's the oil painting, which excited all 3 dealers and is painting specialist David Ford's favourite object in the house.
I love the picture. I think the picture's great, and I'm hoping that I bought it.
But Agnes seems unable to part with anything. Can David's bid turn the tide? Where's this picture come from, Agnes?
I bought it in a shop in Old Swinford in Stourbridge. Oh, I suppose about 25 years ago.
Well, I think it's quite an interesting little picture.
Oh, really?
And as with most pictures, you can tell an awful lot about it by looking at the back.
Yes.
The interesting thing on the back is this rather lovely label from probably one of the top London galleries in Bond Street. And all 3 dealers spotted that. Some needed a little bit of help, but they all spotted it.
Yes.
So, Simon has bid you £175.
You're right. It's a bit low.
Bit low? The independent valuation on this picture is between £400 and £600.
Right.
David Ford made you a bid, and that bid is £400.
Right. OK.
Is it enough to make you sell it, though?
Well, not when there's a third one that I haven't seen.
David Hackney says £420.
Right. We can't encourage them to go any higher, can we?
Would a little bit more tip it, do you think?
Yes, I think so.
OK. We better bring them in, then. OK, gents, come on in.
Hi, hi.
Hi, Agnes, meet David Ford,
Hello.
Simon,
Hello.
and David Hackney.
Hi.
Now, gents, we're talking about this lovely marine oil. All 3 of you want it, and I have to tell you there's not much in it, because David Hackney is in the lead just at £420. But we have no sale. So if any of you would like to make another bid, then please do so now.
It's nice. I'm willing to raise my bid a bit.
It would be nice to have a slightly higher bid.
They're all scribbling, Agnes. Thank you, Simon.
Thank you,
Lovely.
Kate. Thank you, Kate.
3 new bids.
Excellent.
Agnes. Simon says £350.
What did Simon say before?
Simon said before 175, so we're going in the right direction, but
Definitely,
not
yeah.
quite high enough.
And you could have the label back off the back of it.
Oh, thank you. I'll stick it on the back of another picture.
David Hackney, he says 435.
Right. Well, it's better. Not much, but better.
David Ford says 480.
Oh, you devil.
I'll accept that.
We have a deal?
We have a deal.
Congratulations.
Thank you, David.
We have a sale.
I'm really pleased to own the oil painting. I shall do some research, and I'm really hoping that I find a decent artist, and so it enhances the value.
A sale at last! David, who really wanted the painting, is the first to break Agnes's resolve. And with the floodgates open, more sales follow, including a pair of Indian hardwood chairs to Simon for £250, a pair of Irish lead cut glass jars to David Hackney for £80, a Derby trumpet vase also to David Hackney for £50, and the Royal Doulton jug to Simon for £20. Finally, it's the Delft pottery band, which attracted a bid from David Ford. Although these are 20th century, they hold enormous significance for Agnes, as they are one of the few inherited possessions that remained intact after her family survived the Holocaust. Now, tell me about this band, these 5 little figures.
Well, this is very special. They're Delft, and they were my mother's. I was a baby in the Holocaust in Hungary, and we left illegally. And my father managed to get his mother out of Hungary. And when she came, she brought these 5 little boys. I can still remember the look on my mother's face when she saw them again, because obviously she thought she'd never see them again. And they're the only thing that I have in the house, which comes from my family before we came to this country. So they are very special. Bless them.
That's a very moving story. Well, these are quite quirky little items. Delftware goes right back to the 16th century. These are actually 20th century pieces.
Are they?
They're actually souvenir items made in Delft in Holland, of course. Now, I suspect that you're not going to be very interested in this bid. But well, shall we have a look anyway?
Why not?
The independent valuation on this group is between £70 and £100. David Ford has left you a bid of £100.
Oh, really? They have a very strong emotional tie to me, and I couldn't let them go.
I think you're absolutely right, because they're not just a group of collectibles, are they? They're actually got hugely poignant significance in your family history.
Yes.
So that's a no sale.
I don't mind not having the Delft band. It obviously has sentimental attachment, and you can never offer enough money to cover sentiment.
But there were a few more items that Agnes was happy to sell, including a brass-bound hardwood trunk to Simon for £70, a silver-plated meat dome to David Hackney for £50, and a Japanese moon flask to David Ford for £95. Agnes had over £5,000 of offers from our secret dealers, but when it came to the crunch, she simply couldn't bear to part with many of her possessions. So just how much has she sold today? Well, Agnes, I get the feeling it's been a bit of a trip down memory lane for you.
Yes, it has, yes. It's been very interesting. Yeah.
It has been interesting because I think your favourite items seem to be also the dealers' favourite items.
That's right, yes.
Well, it just goes to show you've all got great taste.
Oh,
and you
yes.
have managed to make today £1,270.
Good heavens! I've never seen so many £50 notes.
How do you feel?
Well, I feel a bit taken aback.
Well, thank you very much for allowing us into your house.
Well, it's been an enormous pleasure. It's been fun, and it's been just like having the boys back.
Today, our dealers gave over £4,500 to Jan and Agnes. But how wisely did they buy? Tim sold Jan's 18-carat gold watch for £840. Karen did manage to get Jan's slot machine off the wall and sold it for £200. And the Chinese chairs for £330. And David liked Agnes's oil painting so much he's hung it on the wall at home, although it is still for sale. And what about our homeowners? Agnes will be using her money to buy a new display cabinet for her porcelain when she moves house. And Jan went to Gibraltar for 2.5 weeks to see her son and have a well-earned holiday. I'll see you next time on Secret Dealers.